Hello and welcome back. It's time to get this ride going. Been a long time coming. Anyway, I've landed in Frankfurt, Germany on the 14th of April. I took a couple of days just to make sure that my bike and everything got there, which it did. And so the morning of the 16th, I set trail. And it's kind of funny because I can look at a map and go, okay, I know where I'm going, blah, blah, blah. But the second you start looking at a tiny little GPS or a map on your phone, you don't have a clue. You have no relationship to anything. It's just pedal, pedal, pedal. And the first week, well, at least the first couple of days, were relatively flat, going through forests and countryside and nature parks. And it was really a very nice ride. By day 3, I started climbing some monstrous hills. I actually climbed one that was 18%, and that was posted to warn you before you got to it. But somehow, with this new bike, it's geared so low, I managed to make it to the top. Probably wouldn't have gone much further, but I made it. That's all that counts. A little bit later, it was screaming downhill just as fast, scary as hell. But overall, I had a really good time. As you can tell, the weather's been a mix. Had some bright blue skies, and other days it was kind of gloomy and overcast. Even a few sprinkles. I've had rain on a few different evenings. And this is now the 24th of April, and it is a very rainy, wet day. And so I'm actually on a day off and just catching up on the journal and catching up on this video, and I hope to get it posted here very shortly. In this video, I have cycled from Frankfurt, Germany, actually just south of Frankfurt near the airport, to Regensburg, Germany, which is on the Danube River. And from here to Budapest, I'll be following the Danube. At least I hope so, because I don't feel like climbing any more of these monstrous hills.
I've been told they just never die, but honey, if they did, it just wouldn't seem right. My body goes, but the name leaves home. Driving down the roads of New Mexico, I'm taken by the scenery. At the time that rolls away, free of any country, free of anything. a city that don't ever sleep tight. A man is dying, but we walk on by, paying no attention to the weary kind. It is, yeah, it is the way it is, and it is, yeah, it is the way it is, yeah. Waiting up till the sun goes down, freeze yourself on the cold, cold ground. Picking up every penny you see, this world ain't fair, ain't anything for I've been told they just never die, but
So people ask me all the time, how old am I and why do I do this? Well, I'm 71. I'm going to be 72 in a few months. And I do this because it's something I enjoy. I am not going to subscribe to the notion that once you reach a certain age, say Social Security age, that you grab a seat on the front porch and you rock yourself to death. I want no part of that. I did a lot of traveling during my working life and traveled all over the world actually. And I've just had a fantastic time and I want to continue to do it. The problem was when I was younger I was doing it at 25,000 feet or so and scooting right along and really couldn't see much but clouds, and maybe occasionally you'd see the earth down below. We'd land at an airport, you'd spend an evening there, it was dark, or maybe you'd spend the day there, but you really didn't get to see very much. And so while I was in college, I actually took up bicycling and fairly seriously, and I had actually considered that one day I'd want to ride my bike maybe from Portland to San Francisco. At the time I had no notion that people even did such things, but it sounded pretty cool to me at the time. But fast forward, wine, women, children, mortgage, work, responsibilities, and my bicycle was gathering dust. But later, once I was retired, I had ample time. I had nothing to hold me back, so I decided I was going to try to do that ride. And I went online and I bumped into a website called Crazy Guy on a Bike, and from that I learned that people actually bicycle tour all over the world. And from that I decided my first trip would be from Anacortes, Washington to Bar Harbor, Maine. Didn't quite work out because I had a son who had joined the Marine Corps and he was going to be deployed to Afghanistan, but I rode as far as Denver, Colorado that year. And I had a fantastic time. I met some people on that trip who are friends today, and I continue to tour, and we have continued to tour together occasionally. So, fast forward, here I am in Europe. This is my third year in Europe now. This is my first year in Europe proper. The prior 2 years I've toured through Scandinavia, but I got tired of the mosquitoes, and the population of Norway must be fivefold in the summertime with the tourists, and the roads just aren't made for bicycles and the tourists. So I've chickened out. The plans are this year is to ride from Frankfurt, Germany, down to Budapest, Hungary, then back to Vienna, and then from Vienna to Munich or München, And then somewhere north of Paris. I have no desire ever to go back to Paris. I want to avoid it, and I'm going to go to a Marine Corps war site called Bellewood. And from there I'm going to go over to Omaha Beach and then back around and catch the ferry to England, go up to London, spend a few days there, then over to Harwich, United Kingdom, and catch the ferry to Rotterdam, and then pedal the Rhine River down to where it meets the Main, and then take the Main back into Frankfurt, pack my bike up, and hopefully I'll have 3 or 4 days off in Frankfurt, and then I'll fly back to Seattle. Once I get to Seattle, I'm not going to leave well enough alone. I found the John Wayne Trail, and it's the old Milwaukee line that runs from Seattle to Chicago. And I'm going to take that. It's a rail trail that's not developed, but I'm going to ride that to eastern Washington. Then I'm going to turn north on another rail trail up to Spokane, and then I'll take the bike path from Spokane over to Coeur d'Alene, and then I will turn north on Coeur d'Alene, headed towards my home. Anyway, I hope it all works out, and I hope to produce one video once a week. May take a little bit longer, just depending on the time frame. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick with it. And remember, subscribe, like, and share. Simplify.